We're trying to get it right, Dave. We're trying to get it right, man.
I see, man.
2022.
There it is. Yo, let me get my shit together. Hey, welcome to another episode of the B-Side Podcast. For you and yours truly, this is your boy B Sales. And like we always do, we got my hoop guys. Dave, will that work? Will that title work? My hoop guys.
That works. We'll let you slide with that one.
My hoop guys, my man DP, and we got C live in the studio. People, we doing some new things over here.
Yeah, new thing. They ain't invite me.
Hey. This was spur of the moment. This is spur of the moment, man.
MLK Day.
Hey, make sure you talking to Mike though, see.
MLK Day.
There we go. Talk up into it and then just move your camera so you can there we go. Yeah. We trying something new. C hit me up, was like, hey, trying to get it up in the studio. I'm like, hey man, come over to the apartment/studio. We can get it on. So then I said, hold on.
That's
man.
what we did our first one that we was all at the studio.
Yes, we did, but I didn't have the camera. Did I have the camera?
Right.
Anyway, the camera didn't hook up. It didn't hook up. So we was like, hey, let's see what's happening. And everything worked out. We had a little technical difficulty as far as little echo in the background, but we solved that out. We made sure we got that right.
Yes, we did.
But yeah, man. So other than that, it is, we're gonna go to the politics. You know why? Because it is a lot of the politicking going on right now. Let me go ahead and bring up, where's my politic at? Okay, I see my narrative. Where my politics at? Because we all know this is this day, MLK Day, where all these quotes going to be all messed up. You're going to see all the Euro natives talking about what type of civil rights leader my man is, and he was talking about the voting rights, but we still haven't got the voting right bills passed that they went ahead and cut up. Was this after Obama got elected? I think that's when all that happened. Obama got elected.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're gonna see all this fake career going on MLK Day, and what happened? See,
Nice dropped off.
yeah. Okay, enter back in. Huh? Okay. But yeah. So I think just people using to get a day off or something. What do you think, Dave? Think about
It's a
MLK.
federal holiday. It's a federal holiday. Yeah, we get off. Yeah, I mean the bank's closed, mail ain't running. Everybody else need to be off.
Everybody else need to.
Damn right.
That's right.
What's right is
Man.
right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That man changed, all of United States history. And not just for blacks.
The money.
Other nationalities need to give him props.
Yeah, because what? Because let's see here. The easiest way has to go ahead and realize that once when the blacks get some rights, everybody gets rights. Helps everybody.
That's right.
Helps everybody out. It's like ain't nobody taking anything away. It helps
Exactly.
everybody. It helps everybody.
Sure does.
know?
So yeah, it is deserving of a day off in remembrance of, how he was the face. You know what I mean? And although people, back then is still kind of jealous of the fact that he was the face, hey man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? He was the one that wasn't afraid to say, hey, look, you know what I mean? I seen the promised land. My man was like, I ain't afraid. I ain't hear nobody else come up, you know what I mean, and was like, amen to that.
That's true.
Let's keep it real. Dr. King was about it.
Mm-hmm.
He knew whatever you threw at me, he like, man, hey, look, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to take on all of that.
Mm-hmm.
He
And
know
he
what
was
a
a preacher.
martyr is. He knows what a martyr is. You know what I mean? For those who don't stand up and don't know what being a martyr is, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't do it. AKA what's your boy name that was San Francisco quarterback? Kaepernick.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Hey, you don't complain about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you willing to stand up for something, that means you willing to be a martyr for it too.
Yeah. You got to be prepared.
Got to be prepared, man.
You have to
And
be
Dr.
prepared.
King was that. Dr. King was prepared.
You know, I mean, I hope, I think he expected to live a little longer than what he did, right? No?
Nah, the cat was getting death threats, you know what I mean? Every time he stepped out, he was getting death threats.
Yeah, but
So
Facts.
I think we got C back live. I think we got C. Yeah, where we go. There we go. I think we back. Yeah, he was young. He was young, no question. They didn't even hit 40 and was a preacher. Got murdered.
Yeah.
What do you feel, C?
It's America, man. You know what I mean? That's America to the point where it's like, hey, he got murdered for trying to do the betterment of civil rights movement. And America shows a smidgen of appreciation for the history that he bestowed upon them. That's history. That's just how I feel about it. It's like, some places ain't even recognizing the day. It's like, come on, 2022. This is how many times do we have to keep going back and saying, look, it's 2022. Civil rights, what, 1960s, mid 60s. So, hey, that's not that long ago, but still, we made a deal. It's a federal holiday everywhere. Shut down. Show the respect. America. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, my biggest thing is, is we're not creating a tradition for it. We're celebrating, his life. I guess that's the part of the tradition, but you can't celebrate his life without necessarily continue to go about the things that he died for. You know what I mean? Like you said, right, writing votes. Voting rights. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, really? The exact same things that he stood for, we still fighting for?
So what does that tell you?
We're in America.
The needle hasn't moved at all.
I mean,
the needle ain't moving.
So is it the carrot in front of the cart? We gonna keep dangling you guys as so-called rights. Well, how about just economic rights? Forget about the civil rights. What about economic rights? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, obviously you don't want to give us the civil rights. What about the economic rights?
What do you mean by economic rights?
Well, I mean, obviously we talk about civil rights, okay, but that only goes so far. I mean, being civil meaning that you can enter buildings, enter places on an equal basis. I mean, what does that really what does that really give us? You know what I mean? Like, okay, I can sit beside you in a public arena, pay the same prices, but we ain't getting paid the same. So that's what I mean as far as the equal. What about economics? Because then it's just like, okay, we not necessarily we want to be around each other, but can we get the same type of economic quality where we can, build your own and still get the same service or something like that? You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Can we get some more loans? Can we get some more mortgages? Can we get some money to start our own businesses and hire practices? If you don't want to sit at your workplace, you know what I mean?
But Dr.
No?
King, like I said, that's one of my childhood heroes, man. I like I said, dude.
Who Dr. King was?
Dr. King, man,
More
and
so than Malcolm. You was in Chicago.
Still to this day.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah,
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Man.
You're not nonviolent. you're not non because you assaulted some brothers out there on the court. I'm saying with your fouls, you did. I was a personal witness to some of them assaults. You got quick hands, but I know you was tearing up some wrists.
You ain't got nothing but Benny the Butcher.
Hey, man. Hey.
So I mean, you nonviolent? I don't.
Look, man. Listen, man. His philosophies, his ideology are the things that I back. You know what I mean? Because you spoke about, you know what I mean, hey, not necessarily having the economic status to be able to do things on our own. You know what I mean? And Dr. King has said he got plenty of sound bites, right?
Yes.
You know, but one, you know what I mean, that coincides with what you just talked about, was like, dude, it's like, hey, we gotta learn to live together as brothers, or we all die together as fools. You know what I mean? Dude,
Wait, are you talking about the social aspect or the governance aspect? What?
I'm talking about the economic status. If we want anything of our own, we got to learn how to build things on our own and establish things on our own. The same with our culture. You know what I mean? We building a whole set of culture, you know what I mean, things that other races and other countries and nationalities are now taking and using as their own.
Yes. But even though we want to build on our own, it's okay to ask. It's okay to accept help, right? I mean, that's okay, right? Is it? Yes.
Yeah.
What do you feel, Sis?
Yes.
Even though we want to build on our own, we still want to accept help, right?
Yes.
That's what's due.
Yes, it's due.
I mean, but when do you ask for help?
All the time.
Oh God, man! See now,
All
come
the time.
on, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Hey.
Wait, so we're not any chance we need to get. We got to go in any crevices to make it happen.
Hey, come on, man. See, here
Not
we
all
go
time?
with this.
Okay,
Here we
not
go
all
with
time?
this.
Okay.
We're gonna go
Okay,
back to this old minimum wage argument.
So just during the holidays we supposed to ask for it, or?
I mean, at some point, it's like, hey, man, when do we ask? Do we ask after we try to establish something,
That
then
too.
ask?
That's part of
Oh,
all
that
the
too.
time.
Oh, that
Yeah,
too.
that too.
Oh, dude, this guy.
No.
I mean, you got to set some parameters, man. You just can't be like, help,
Hey,
and more help.
hey. They say a little agitation helps each day.
Agitation.
Meaning. Well, hear me out here real quick. Okay, so let's say, the miracle of God happens with us, falls on us, where we finally wake up, be like, hey, we're going to build for ourselves, right? So then, once we see this snowball effect, wishful thinking here, people, wishful thinking. See the snowball effect that, hey, as a community, we're starting to grow, we're starting to build together, right? We're starting to make things happen, right? This is all on us, right? Meaning African Americans. Let's say this happens, right? It's all on us. We're building. We're doing what we're supposed to do. Then, all I'm saying is, while we're still doing this, we can be like, "Hey, Wells Fargo, can we get some help? You see this building? Can we get a loan? Bank of America, can we get a loan to expand on some of this?" That's all I'm saying. I mean. You remember when you had those commercials out there, Nike and Bank of America, talk about you're going to help? You're going to help support us when we was all in the streets? Can we get the receipt on that cash payment? Can you, we over here, we over here building right now. We're building a community over here. But, can you want to invest with us? I mean, how about a loan at a low interest rate? We could say that's part of the, help reparations. Yeah? No? Or we just keep on, you know what? Let's just focus on ourselves. We tried over here with them. Let's leave them alone. We're going to continue to build our own. That's all I'm saying.
That comes to Black Wall Street. That's what happens.
Well, we can have Black Wall Street, everywhere if we can. But
they don't want us to get by ourselves. That's the way I'll be looking
Man,
at it.
man, there's a lot of opportunities that we can go out there and get it, man. I mean, Detroit is selling $1 properties again,
yes,
and the
that's
state
what
of
I mean.
Michigan. I'm just saying. You know,
Yeah,
so
but
it
you got to be able to
again, it
bring,
goes
got to be
goes
able to
back to
bring
my quote.
those grocery
We
stores,
got to
those
learn to
businesses.
live together.
Yes, I'm saying that when we do live together, that's I'm going with the
See, not when we
hypothetical look.
do. We okay. No, I'm just saying. Well, I'm going about. You know what I mean? What we ought to do. No, nothing
Yes, that's what we
hypothetical.
should do.
Yeah,
But all I'm
We
saying
we
is when
should.
we do have it rolling, like let's say we do. Okay, let's say
we got to get the banks
we've
and
got a
all the
couple.
grocery stores and all that stuff in there.
We got a couple blocks, right, that we've managed to build up. Everybody invested, boom. We got a couple blocks built up. So I'm saying, okay, when we get to that point, or even during or after, do we still like, hey, you, you want to pitch in on the party too? I mean, will we still be able to
Yeah, we trying to get funded.
push ourselves that way to get funded, whatever the case
Yeah,
may
we
be,
trying to get
or
some
we
money,
still keep
man.
rolling how we was doing? That's all I'm saying.
I said you try to get the money. If you can get it,
Mm-hmm.
get it. You know what I mean? But you know, that's just we want to keep it rolling. You know,
Got to
we want to keep it.
establish yourself. Got to establish ourselves.
No, I
You know what I
mean,
mean first. So you know what I
when
mean.
all that
That's what I'm
is
saying.
when
I
all
mean,
I
that's
think,
done,
we can go to a
and that
real bank. I mean, that's
and all that'll fall into place
okay. So you with it then? You with that then?
all day.
Okay. That's all. That's all.
All day.
That's all.
You know what I mean? If now is probably the best time to do it since
Mm-hmm.
everybody is basically telecommuting. Not too many people got to go to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, we can find our own peace and start building there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, it's the problem is how many people are willing to migrate. You know what I mean, just because they don't necessarily have a long play. They want like a short play, right? You know what I mean? They want that shortcut. You know what I mean? Where it may take 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
Longer or
I'm
longer.
just no I'm just looking at even from a property standpoint. It
Yes.
may take 10, 15 years for you to see a profit in the
Yes.
profit in your
Yes.
property you just purchased. You know what I mean? But then you start gentrifying it, bringing in like Cena said, grocery stores. You know what I
I
mean?
get that.
Other things that we purchase,
Gotta,
malls
gotta,
nearby.
gotta
You know what I
have
mean?
it stuff.
All the other amenities. You
Plays
know
a
what I mean? And
major
guess what?
factor.
20 years from now, you know, you got a leg to stand on and watch how somebody come in and try and you
No,
know
we don't do that
do
no
something.
more.
But I'm just saying,
We
man.
we
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 now is the
can't.
best time to do it.
Yeah. Well, these past 2-3 years is the best time to do it. There's a vacuum right now.
Well, and the vacuum is we know one thing: property is one of the things that do not get caught up in this inflation. And we know with this inflation going up, only the poor is gonna get poor.
Yes. Yes. And you know, inflation. I mean, that was it's bound to happen. We all seen that coming.
What
Now
the people stealing off the train? You know, causing goods not to make it there.
one
You
incident.
know,
That's only
no,
one
no, no, no,
incident, man. How
And
long
no,
this been
no, no,
going
no,
this
on?
no,
stuff been
no, no.
happening for
How long
years.
this
No,
been
no.
going
Hold,
on,
For
hold,
man?
years,
hold,
people been
hold,
How
boosting
long
this
this?
hold
stuff
up,
for
How
hold
long
years.
up,
this
hold
been
up,
going on?
hold up.
Come on,
Look, I'm not
for
saying
years
that
people been
is the
boosting.
end.
You
I'm
know what I
not
mean?
saying that's the end. I'm just saying that they're magnifying as if these are some of the other reasons. We know, hey, things in China getting held up, you know, in custom. Hey, not enough truckers out there to deliver the goods. You know what I mean? So stuff is staying on the docks. I'm just saying.
I know exactly. And it's like okay, the incident with the trains and the packages.
Come on, man.
They paid them cats again. There's a paying mob that we're willing to do anything. Pay us. Come on, all of us, all these years. This is the first time I ever heard cockroaches getting up on the train
Sitting on the
and
train,
throwing everything over.
break the line,
Not even taking the product, just throwing it over.
And there's cats
Yeah.
got TVs in there. I can't believe. I'm like, come on, man.
And it was black folks. They start propaganda, man,
Yeah,
propaganda.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Well, there was a think tank. Well, if the smash and grab doesn't work, trains. Let's hijack the trains and throw over the product. Trains.
So here's my thing. Here's what I thought. I was like, okay, because the train that they showed wasn't in no train lots stop somewhere. I'm like, how the hell did they get on the train?
Yeah.
So people is jumping on the train. Now the train going that
Hey
fast,
man,
going
They
that
do the
slow.
train
no,
schedule.
no,
When did people
no,
start? When did
no,
cats start
no.
paying attention to the train schedules, man?
The train
Hey,
going that
hey,
slow. They
no,
just jump
hey,
on the train now.
that's been going around since I was a kid. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about
Man,
y'all.
come on,
But
man. Let's think.
Cat's
Let's
been looting off the trains
let's
for
let's
for
Come on,
hundreds of years.
come
let's
on.
break this down, man. And
For
whenever there's
hundreds of
some
years.
incidents, things happen, right? Okay, first of all, okay, we're gonna go back. The crack just fell in the neighborhoods. Crack and the guns, boogie, just dropped off in the neighborhoods. All of a sudden, cats got rocks and guns, right? Fast forward. When the protests a couple years ago, where all these bricks start showing up from? Remember the pallets of bricks just
Oh, I
mounting
know
up?
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Then hold on. They're talking about defund the police. Hold on now. We got to show these Negroes doing criminal, violent acts. Smash and grab. There we go. Think tank. Smash and grab. Let's get these people in the malls that have been like desert spots. Been desert spots for years. Malls. Only time people go to the mall is during Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Nobody,
The other 10 months out the year,
everything's online.
it was like the old Wild Wild West with the tumbleweeds. Nobody in the malls. All of a sudden, smash and grab. Now, okay, smash and grab. Maybe they're getting onto it, folks. Trains.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
It's,
I looked at
come
it, I was
on.
like, come on. Yeah.
Are we getting set up, C? Is this a setup?
Well, since when trains has been going that slow?
All the
saw
time.
No, but how did you see how many people was out there? I said, come on, bro. So they just gonna let
all the time.
They just gonna let all these people congregate around a train going slow. They got all the Amazon products in there.
They
and
did
ain't
slow
no,
down.
ain't no
They did
security.
slow
Jeff
down.
Ain't no
Bezos.
security.
It's like they practically stopped.
Jeff Bezos made the call like, breaker 19. This is California highway. I got packages on the train.
You seen the video? It was a bang of people out there. I said, so there's no security on these highly
Come on, man.
valuable trains.
ain't enough security.
Product.
Ain't enough security to stop. 80 people. Yeah, yeah. Can't do
Now
that.
they've seen the chatter because people can't control themselves, right? So there was talk on all this social media talk about, hey, we all meeting up at the train spot at such and such for train 752, right? They knew the train schedule when to jump on a raid, and knowing there's going to be cameramen to watch the aftermath of this. It's like we've seen this playbook before, right? This has all when Dave, when last time you heard some trains being hopped on? Guys just hopping on, throwing shit out.
It's been a while. It's been a while. You know, it's all I got
I
to
thought
say.
this was the Inquirer when I seen that on.
I grew up seeing it. You know what I mean? So me seeing it now, it was like, wow.
Hey man, I'm from Ohio, right? And if people don't know, there was a famous train line called the B&L. It was a Baltimore and Ohio railroad. We seen everybody, seen trains coming through, but I never seen an actual train get carjacked and all the products get thrown overboard. No one took them home.
Yep.
There's money to be made. They just threw all the money, just get dirt on it.
They ain't want no EpiPens. they had EpiPens and COVID tests.
It's COVID test.
Oh man, I seen the cat with the TV.
He said hey man, we gotta check that footage. That TV run kind of been some old footage or something,
You
man.
saw it, right? Cat I was like, oh dude, what the hell?
Was he black?
Hey man.
Was it a black dude they showed?
Hey.
Black dude.
Yep.
Like all of a sudden now all these gang busts is going on. They're doing all these gang busts out here in California, right? You see the Mexicans and the blacks get caught up in some shit. But the FBI and our service agencies were saying the biggest threat is the white nationalists, the white radicals. I haven't seen none of them getting arrested.
You just hear about them even arresting the people that was on the little insurrection. They ain't there. They ain't show no picture of them handcuffed.
None,
You know what I
none,
mean?
none.
That's true.
And how many motherfuckers in Black Lives Matter got arrested? Thousands of people. So all those thousands of people they arrested, so they had to go back and get those activists then, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't arrest all those people on the site, so they went back and got the activists, but then they won't go back and get all the insurrectionists, knowing that these guys were the middle class, upper class cats doing it.
Yep.
I seen in the news, right? I think we're going back up now, but when they said that when in 2020 that we were officially out of a democracy. We had an anocracy. That was basically between a democracy.
I thought that was a vote. People asking is democracy over with? Not that it was official.
We was rated out of a democracy in 2020. We were rated out of a democracy.
I thought it was a vote.
What do you mean it was a vote? What do you mean?
They actually went out, did a poll, and say, "Are we? Do you think democracy is over with?"
Yes, but there is. Where's my pad? Hold on. I got my info. Hold on. Let me go. Sorry about that, people. Hold on.
The host has left.
He has stepped out the
Yeah, I got people, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta get facts with DP because Dave would be like, "Now, where did you hear this at?" Okay.
Now, hey, we fact check on the B podcast.
Yes, we fact check. Hey, don't do it. You know, we ain't on here bullshit. You know what I mean? We ain't pulling shit out of our asses. Okay. There is an organization. There's several of them. Like one of them is Variety for Democracy, and also there's one you can go to online too. They're called Systematic Peace. So you can go to systematicpeace.org, and they will list this. So what I was saying, in 2020, we were moved down on. There's different levels of democracy. If it's what do you call it? Different phases of how countries are ran. You know, you have what do you call it? When someone's in demand, or there's just one leader. I can't think of it.
Dictator.
They have dictatorships, democracies, and things of that nature, on and on.
Totalitarianism.
Yes, all that. So make a long story short, like I said, you can go to systemicpeace.org. Basically, they're called Systemic Peace, and what they do, they run different societies or countries, let's say, and see how they listen in societies. And basically, back in 2020, we were rated out of a democracy. It was an anocracy. Basically, it was a form of democracy and authoritarianism. So there was a combination of that during, obviously, the Trump era. So we moved back up because of the Biden administration. However, they're out here saying right now, like I said, you can look it up, that the best democracy right now in the world is in Switzerland.
Sweden, yep.
Switzerland, Sweden, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are the best forms of democracy right now. We're ranked like 17th right now. So when people say that,
17 ain't bad. A lot of countries in the world, bro. 17, top 20.
So the glass is half full. Glass half full with you, huh? The glass is half full. It's not half empty. It's full with you. Now, see, this is what I understand. Now you all for it. You all saying it's good now. But then when we was talking about, do we need to ask for help? Hell no.
I'm just saying, top 20. You know.
But we always claim that we're number one. We always saying that.
No, not as a democracy, as an economic power. We're number 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But not as a democracy.
I swear this guy's Republican.
Man,
he's a Republican. He's a Republican.
I'm just laying it out for the people who may necessarily need this additional info.
That 17
You
is
gonna
not too
get
bad. 17,
you
we're
gonna
in the
get
top
it.
20.
You
We're on
gonna get
Sports
it on the
Center,
B
people.
side.
We're in the top 20, y'all. We
Yeah.
didn't make the top 10, top 20. Yeah, man. So that's where we're at. We moved up. I think we're at that point. I think we were rated at a +5. I think now we're back up to like a +8, +8.5. But yeah, go to a systemic. I can't even talk.
Systemic.
Systemicpeace.org
Mhm.
and look it up. You'll be able to see it. They have listings. So I'm not like Dave said, we do fact checks on the B-Side podcast. And if there's something that we have incorrect, hey, we're all learners too. Each one teach one.
Mhm.
Shoot us something in the chat on Facebook. Shoot us something on the chat. I mean, definitely. So you had to bring that up since we were talking about, it is MLK Day. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in, this is the B-Side podcast with our baller guys, my hoop guys. C Nice and DP. Yes. We're back on here. So, getting back to you, Dave, because I was little befuddled. Yes, I was a little befuddled that you are a native of Chi-Town and you just overlooked the brothers right there and went down south. Meaning, you said MLK was one of your idols, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, one of my childhood heroes.
Childhood heroes.
Yeah.
And you got the ministers right in your backyard. You got the ministers right in your backyard, and you went down south.
Fruits of Islam. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You got Farrakhan and the ministers right there in Chi-Town.
Say,
Okay.
okay.
No influence, brother. Those brothers, those brothers wouldn't be.
Nah.
Oh,
No,
oh.
it did. Hey man, you gonna fault me for what resonated with me, man? Like am I missing something here,
Hey,
man? Like
all for the same
I'm,
neck of the
I'm,
wood.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story, man. Quick story.
I mean, because at the end of the day, let's just keep real.
You from Chi-Town, and you left. You looked away.
Big up for Malcolm X. But in regards to his ideology, there was still no bloodshed. Let's keep it real. The rhetoric was there in regards to what we should do, but we never acted on any of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And why is that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Why do you think that happened? No, man. You want answers? You know what I mean? I'm getting to the answers. You know what I mean? I follow Malcolm too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I did them both. And I'm just saying.
Okay. Hey.
You know what I mean? The premise of everything he was saying was great.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we didn't go out and do any of that. We were still getting,
still getting kicked in our butts.
Beat down with billy clubs and fire hose down. You know what I mean? None of it changed.
No. Quick story though.
About to give another Dr. King quote.
Go ahead, brother.
Because darkness can't blot out darkness. Only light can blot out darkness. Yeah, I'm just saying. And the only way you take away hate is to love. That's the only way you get rid of that. So I'm just saying. That's my guy.
That's your guy. Malcolm, not Malcolm, Martin, I think that a lot of pastors are blessed as far as being able to commit themselves, and their ways of doing things to the Lord. That's always a blessing. That's hard to do. A lot of sacrifices. But my story about Malcolm went like this, right? I was a growing young man in my teenage years. And, I thought this would be definitely a building moment with me and my father at the time. It was me and him, he raised me. So I thought that the question I was going to bring to him was going to help us bond a little bit more. You know what I mean? There's certain things, as far as I know, sometimes we get shed from the actual light of things, people, especially when we're younger, they're protective of, right? But make a long story short, so my story, Martin, was I came home one time because I heard some things. I said, I came home, was like, Pops. Like, yeah, what's up, June? I said, man, I didn't even know Martin Luther had that many women on the side, Pops. Nigga, I thought,
come on,
I thought my dad was gonna beat me up, dog.
Come on.
Oh man, I thought he was gonna beat me up. I was like, he was like,
Oh, wow.
that does not reflect on what type of man. That's a good man. Whatever those hearsay, whatever that non-sayer say, that doesn't distract that he was a good man. I said, I'm not saying that, Pops. All I'm saying is I didn't know. Did you know? I didn't know.
Yeah.
The moment he walked off, I said, damn. Guess I ruined the bond.
Can't say nothing bad about you, know what I mean? MLK.
Yeah, he just turned his back on me and walked away. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I'll
be damn you talk about Martin like that.
That doesn't shed the light on anything. He's still a good man. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I didn't wow. But I knew, then, past anybody who had some type of stature had groupies. It's normal. That's a man thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's human. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
because I didn't even, Martin wanted when he was up at Boston University, he almost married a white woman. They was like, oh, we can't do that. We got you as the leader. You got to go down here and marry Coretta. We got this set up. So there's a lot of things, man, that a lot of people don't know. We're all. I'm not doubting it, man. I'm not talking, but I'm just saying, if this is news, this is interesting. Because then you start thinking like, damn, did he know that he was going to die though? Did he know this? So he's like, I'm going to live my life to the limits, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to besmirch anybody's name or anything like that, man. All I'm saying is we're all human, but that just tripped me out.
No, it's something that's usually omitted out of the story. You know what I mean? Like nobody, but that's the one thing in life is life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Can't knock that man.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
not
part of his life. No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're knocking him. I'm just saying that it's life, man. People lead, interesting lives. It's not just what they do for a job or who they are as a person, who they connect with other people, how they make other people feel. That cat had a great life. He could talk to people and actually, women actually loved him. You know what I mean? So he had a great life. If you think about it.
Well, for one, you know what I mean? That for one, any person that exudes any kind of confidence, a woman will always be attractive to. Period. You know what I mean?
The power, huh?
Exactly right. So he had that mystique. He's in front of cameras. He's talking with, articulate.
TV,
and speaking into people. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real.
Giving it to the man.
Giving it to him. Sticking it to the man.
Sticking it to the man.
Could he hoop though?
I love that 70s talk, man. I love that 70s talk. Man.
Could he hoop?
I love that 70s talk, man. Huh?
There's some things going on saying that he was a hooper.
Malcolm could hoop.
Who, Malcolm or Martin?
Martin.
I mean Martin, yeah.
Okay, probably.
There's been some chatter about he could hoop.
Yeah.
Probably.
And it's Stacey.
I bet you had some black Chuck Taylors.
Adams.
Bet you had some black Chuck Taylors. High top.
Hey.
And the skinny pants.
The Chappelle and
They should
Prince
do some
skit.
skits, yeah. Because I think they had a crew called the Buck Boys or something like that. Their whole mission was to take down as many chicks as they could.
Hey man, them fools did a lot of walking, man.
Hey.
They need some way of being like, oh man, you see the shoes they had on, man. I know.
Man,
hey,
they didn't have no rubber bottoms back then. It's all hard sole, huh?
Man, they all had Stacy's on. You know what I mean? All stuff. It's like, come on, man. Walking.
Hey,
Boycotting buses.
Yeah, but see, that's the only thing. It's like, I always, type of person. I want to see, the whole facade of somebody. You know what I mean? the good, bad, and ugly, because that is, the balancing act. You know what I mean? The yin and the yang. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The pause and the cause. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That I always looked at that aspect, because I never, I never kind of really put anybody on, pedestal or anything like that as far as human being. My pops always told me, hey, son, hey, everybody put their drawers on one leg at a time. All right, pops. Okay, that's a good jewel. The rest of this shit, okay. You going out of here with that. But okay, that's a nice jewel. Yeah.
Dance on one leg at a time.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
I always used to say that.
yeah,
But certain people have a purpose, though. You know what I mean? And that purpose, you know what I mean, is something that other people, you know what I mean, just don't have in it. And that's something that's admirable, that you can actually admire. You
yes.
know what I mean? Is their drive and their commitment to their purpose. Whether one leg at a time, everybody ain't got that same purpose and drive to actually make stuff happen.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, but we
You
talking about
know,
just the decency of a man to another man. At the same time, it's like you doing the same thing. We all broken down to the smallest compound. Nobody stands above somebody because of what's inside of them. It's just like the way I view a man, we the same fucking man.
Mhm,
You got to put your pants on just like me.
mhm,
I
so
don't look I
so
don't look up to anybody like that, and I don't look down to any person
so
like that.
question
That's just
for
me.
you then, see nice. I mean, because I understand your answer, but here's one that I kind of always ask myself. Do you think you're better than anybody?
No, I do not. Now we talking some hoops. I'm busting a lot of niggas' asses. That's, you know what I mean. Like I'm taking names. You know what I'm saying. But as a man, no, I'm not better than anybody. I mean,
But
no, at all.
but but you are though.
No, but I don't view life
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no, no. But
I don't view life
like
as
but you
me
just
better
said
than
it.
somebody.
In certain cases, like you said at hoop, you like I'm better than him.
I'm busting
No,
somebody
no, no.
ass.
See,
All hoopers out
see.
there. You know
So
what I mean?
so
65 and
so.
over. I got you.
Oh wow, he said 65 old. I'm dropping the ball. Yeah,
I was working on
dropping
that. I'm gonna
diapers,
have some.
dropping
I gotta
diapers.
get my sounds. Yeah, you know what I mean. I gotta get my sounds together.
Long
Boy,
range
that
from
was
the
the part.
baseline. Swish.
You know what I mean? But so I mean, yeah, you prove my point. You know what I mean? Yeah, you do feel as though you're better. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
now I feel, I see. You know what I mean? But I don't view,
Okay,
I don't view a
okay.
man like that as a man is man on man. You know what I mean? Now something
I
that I dabble in that somebody else might not dabble in. Hey, but I'm just saying
but
what I see.
is it wrong? Is it wrong to be better than somebody else?
No, it's not wrong to be better. I'm just saying I don't ever view a man as me as better than him. I just don't ever view him like that. But when we intersection, when we meet, mingle, I don't ever view that. We all the same. You know what I mean? We all the same. That's what
But
But
we're
I get what you're
different.
saying.
But we're different.
Yes, we're all the same. But in certain aspects of things, we're different. Yeah,
yeah, certain
yeah,
aspects of things,
yeah.
yeah. But I don't
Yeah, I
view
mean, and I
anybody
think
like
a
that.
lot, and I think a lot of people miss out on exactly that. You may say we're the same person in regards of makeup.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not like the way a racist will look at it. I'm better than you because I'm white. You know what I mean? Or
Hmm.
Asian or something like that, right? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's not makeup, but just more character and purpose and drive and commitment. You know what I mean? You can say that, hey, look, I think I have a better, you know what I mean, ability to commit, to something, right? You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just one thing that we don't necessarily look at as a way to uh, keep ourselves motivated to get better. You know what I mean? It might be other areas that you like, hey man, that person's probably better at that than me, and I need to get better at doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's just normal life assessment. What I'm saying is when I intersect with a man, any man, our first basis, first time coming in contact with him. I don't view myself. Oh, I'm better than him. I don't know that man from Adam. You know what I mean? We. I'm just talking about to the simplest compound. There's always going to be certain things that certain people do better than you. That's part of life. You know what I mean? That's another life cycle. But I'm saying is if I'm meeting somebody, I don't view life like, oh, that person's better than me. I don't want to talk to this person because of status. Oh, I don't. You know what I mean? I just view it as life. Cat put his pants on like me. Yo, what's up, man?
Well, I mean, because that's a black man's way of thinking. Because we're the ones who the purses get clutched when
Yeah,
walking into an
yeah.
elevator.
So,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So for us, you know what I mean, that it becomes easier for us to commit to. I don't think I'm better than anybody on what we're subjective to, on people being subjective of us and
but
our character without even knowing us.
I can't go off of how they feel. I got to go off of how I feel on somebody. You know what I mean?
Hey,
How I
man,
feel
hey,
is viewing. I can't go off of what they think.
I
I can't. I'm just talking. I'm breaking it down to the simplest
I
compound.
I,
You know
I
what I mean?
understand, but at some point we are somewhat programmed to the things that we encounter, regardless of which. You know what I mean? Whether it be consciously or subconsciously, we're programmed to some degree on the things that we come in contact with.
You got
You
that
know,
right.
so when you go into an elevator, and I'm gonna just keep using this one, you know, you see it before they do,
Oh, we have to be on the defensive. Well, yeah,
right?
offensive to be defensive.
Exactly.
But I don't study them people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't study them people.
It's
Like
not.
those people around. I don't study
But
them
it
people
ain't.
like
It
that.
ain't even a study. It's almost like a second nature. You know what I mean? It's an aura that, you know what I mean. It's just like somebody looking at you.
I
You
feel
can't.
like
You can't.
maybe it's the God aura.
I'm just saying those
I'm
certain
just
things are unmistakable.
I'm just saying I don't study people like that when they do all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
I laugh,
why? What's the point? What's the purpose? You know what I mean?
and because
It's a
it's
mental
sheer ignorance.
it's a mental fear or something. I don't know what that is. That's you know what I mean? That's all I can say. But it's like, hey, how many times you been in the elevator with a black person? How many times something happened to you? Never. So what? Like what the
Yeah,
hell?
like
You know?
where's the data at? You know what I mean? That something gonna happen to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I want
hey,
to know how many people got their purse took in the elevator in the
you know what I
building.
mean? That would be some great data.
Somebody
Hey,
please give me that stat and let's post
nobody.
it in every elevator.
No, nobody. That's like the Latin man that says, "Hey, kick to the girls." How many times does that work? Has that ever worked? Any woman ever say,
I'm
"Oh, let me talk to this cat because he hit me with the
I'm
hey, kick."
I'm thinking that worked because a lot of cats have said it back in the
We just
day.
can't do it. That's all that is.
Never worked.
We just,
Hey,
we
never
just,
worked.
we just can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I ain't never seen
but you
it
got
work.
Kiki and you got the hey.
Can't whistle at them no more, fellas. You got to be PC correct.
You don't need whistle. You got
Never seen it work.
But ain't that crazy? You can't even flirt with nobody no more, man. You
I
dare
You got to
not.
get, hey, you got to get permission. You got to get permission first.
You got to sign a waiver, a disclosure. You know what I mean?
It's rough.
It's bad out here.
It's rough, man. Yeah, it's rough. It's so rough, man. So rough, so tough out here, baby. So was that? Ain't that Roger Troutman? Is that so rough, so tough? Was that Roger Troutman? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's got a long way to go. Long way to go. Because yeah, we gonna see how I hope they force everybody to vote tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, right? Congress gonna make a vote on a couple of these. John Lewis, something
sure.
else. If I'm mistaken. Sure. So I hope they do vote so we can see who said no. You know what I mean? And I mean,
they ain't gonna tell us who said no.
I know. They all got paid off. I know. It's like I said, it's the carrot in front of the carrots,
public office, but everything private. That's right? The biggest oxymoron in the world. You know what I mean? All your constituents who voted you in don't even get to know what you voted for. Like, what data do we have to say you're even, you know what I mean, somebody I want anymore if you don't even vote for the things that I actually need you to vote for?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's we all know they're in it for individuality status. They're not in it for the people. Never was intended for the people. But I mean, honestly, let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? This is what we do here on a B-Side podcast. Shit changed after Obama got elected. I think we're not talking about that because all these voting rights acts and all the things, they were like passing No problem beforehand. Soon, soon as Obama gets elected, it's like, oh shit, let's go to work. And they've been at work, Jack. So all we're saying is, people, couple things I have to say to especially my Euro American constituents, my Euro American friends out there, our so-called allies. First, you got to prove yourselves. You know, I just want to see that same energy when everybody's out in the streets into the voting booth. That same type of energy when we're out here in the streets for equality. Put that same type of heat on your congressman. You know, put that same heat. And then also, you know, you hear someone, well, what can I, do to help? You hear that, right? I'm sure you guys heard that, right? What can allies do to help for the cause, right? I have to be in agreement with what I've been hearing from our elders. I don't know if they're going to do it or not, but let's hear some of those conversations when we're not around. Let's can you be open with the conversations that you guys have when we're not around?
Mm-hmm.
That'll get us an idea of what we're dealing with. You know, everybody wants to. If you're going to be participants of a game, you want to know the rules and the strategies, right? I mean, any type of game you participate in, right? I mean, you want to know the actual meaning of the game and the strategies to win, or at least to make it even on the playing field. I mean, we've opened a lot, and we all know that once again, people. Let's say this: anything that is put on the table for black folks, meaning in policies, legislation, it helps everybody. Helps everybody. Just remember that. Any input, fellas, on that, as far as if there's anything that our allies or people who talk about they want to help with this racial equality or things of that nature, is there anything that, you guys feel that you want to tell the allies? Tell us. For me, let's know the conversation what you guys are having when we're not around. Any things that you guys want to pitch on or think?
No?
I think that's a great segue right there, man. Like, yeah, let us know the conversations of what is going on. You know, let us know. Like,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Because I mean, we've all dealt with each other. I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah. Like, what is it?
What's the problem? I mean, I have my own answer on that problem, but I'm just saying, like, man, we can play sports together. You know what I mean? Had some serious, in-depth conversations about things with each other. Like, what? I don't think we're coming from a bad place. I mean, we all got crazies in everybody's tribe or whatever, but for the majority of the part, everybody wants, some nice living conditions and nice wages, and to be able to provide for their family, food, put food on the table, maybe go out for a vacation once or twice. That's about it. Not a whole lot. It's all within, grasp, I'm thinking, but what a reason, anything that we try to get, it's like we get pushback. Like, all I want is just rights like everybody else. No, you don't deserve them because of what? I pay my taxes. I try to live, a life where I'm not harming anybody or anything like that. I stay out the way. But, we at war with everybody, it seems like, our simple pulled over might cost us a life. That's all we're saying. Like, why is a simple traffic stop?
Yeah,
why are we still dealing with
resulting in this? Shouldn't even be resulting in that at all.
de-escalation, backup? You got a whole army behind you. If you're that scared, you got a whole army plus the military behind you. with what is it? With immunity, right? Or is it immunity, right? What immunity?
I don't know. I think we need to get officers who not afraid to get beat up
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
yeah. They got to do a
Hey,
test.
if they not promoting that lumps come along with the territory, then they need to retool their training.
They
You
not
know,
promoting that. They not telling them cast that.
you know
They
what I'm
not
saying?
telling them
Hey
cast that.
man, like, hey man, you may get lumped up on this job. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Just give you something to think about. Don't be pulling out your gun. Holster your weapon.
Like I
If you
said,
can't fight back, take your loss. You know what I'm saying?
but my thing is they still even got the Billy Club. So I'm sitting there like, hey, with the club, you pretty much gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Hey, like I said, because if you get hit in the forearm or a kneecap with that billy club, that
Yeah,
junk hurt.
that's why I'm like, I just don't get
I
it.
don't care who hit you. It could be a woman 135 pounds. She hits you in the forearm and kneecap with that, or in the shin, you going down.
The thing about it too is that I'm gonna say 95% of their interactions, there's always two of them and one person. There's never really like the numbers aren't really even. The police always outweigh majority of the time the people they encounter. So I'm always say to myself like, how did they end up shooting somebody? It's 8 of them, one person. It's 6 of them on the scene, one person. You know what I mean? So you always say to yourself like, okay, so y'all couldn't have just bum rushed that fool. You couldn't have shot somebody in the foot. You know what I mean? You couldn't have shot, you know what I mean? Not to kill. You always have to question that. It's like you guys are always outnumbering the person that you're coming in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare as, mano y mano. Very rare. You know what I mean? They always outnumber. So it's like, where's the training on that? You know,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Because at the end of the day, they still have discretion whether or not do I want to pull this person over or not. They still have that discretion. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, are you doing? Obviously, you're doing it because you have the power, but then at the same time, it's like we know there's a difference when you pull over us compared to your your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Your tribe gets away with caravan. They have more caravan, not caravan, more. What I want to say, they have more when you contraband. That's it. They got more contraband than us. They get let go. They, you can give somebody a warning. You can't. You can give somebody one, or you can just let them go. I mean, you have so much discretion, but you want to go to the last resort, which is killing somebody from the jump.
Well, see, you have to see people like that too, that are doing that maliciously or whatever gang they involved in, because nobody ever thinks that the police is in a gang, they own type stuff. So when the people that are doing that, it's something in their mind to take somebody's life, because there's too many instances where de-escalation, there was no need to even pull the weapon. There was no need to even pull the weapon.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
and then they got the video body cams. Somehow those always get turned off. Something always happens with them.
yeah, well, I mean, they showing.
Or it takes them 2 years to release it.
Yeah, it's like the tape doesn't lie. We know this.
Yep.
I'm saying, who we hear that from? Oh, ball don't lie. That's Rashid. But the
Yeah,
tape doesn't lie. Tape does not lie.
nope.
Yeah. So once again, so people, voting does matter. Voting matters, people. Voting helps on who you select as the mayor and who's on that committee who hires the police chiefs. It matters. School board members, councilmen, and all that thing. So it does matter, people. Stop saying that my vote don't matter. Yes, it does. People got to fail to realize there was still over the last election, the biggest turnout in American history, and there was still something like 80 million people who didn't vote.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I think this is just me personally. I think a lot of those people are running from something that they think they're gonna get caught up by vote. You know what I mean? Like they already got your name.
Or they
You
just
already in the
don't care.
census, So
That too.
I think a lot of these people, do they know out of the 80 million how many are actually living, or are those people that have somebody's identity too? You know what I mean? Like,
I
That's why
mean,
I be
Well,
like,
but that's rare as far as fraud stuff like that. The number's still low. I mean, you would
I
think
just
it'd be
don't.
a little bit more rampant, but it's still low. I
I
think.
mean, come on, man. There's always a small portion of people who don't think that what they do matter
Mhm.
on any scale.
80 million still didn't
Dude,
vote.
dude. A lot of people
I,
don't think that their vote matters,
I
man.
wonder what the age demographic on that is.
All over. I bet it's from
I'm
18
sure.
all the way to 65.
I'm
No, but
sure.
like, what's the biggest percentage of people that didn't do it? Was it the youngsters, or was it the 65 and older, 35 to 45
You know
class?
that see right there that all helps with as far as um this Build Back Better plan. All those social incentives that were in this package, meaning they took out a lot of money um to amend or try to get in there with this partisan shit as far as with the Republicans and whatnot. But just think of that, man. If the right people voted out of that 80, those people would be in these seats. We wouldn't even have this issue. It'd have been a done deal. We would have had enough. We would have had enough votes in the House, and I mean the Senate. Everything's get held up at the Senate, but both the House and Senate, our numbers would be more. You know.
Well, like I said, that's why I would think they would want to know. I'm sure they have a poll for what the demographic was between the age groups, because that could be, a place to target. You know what I mean? Where it's like, hey man, you know, interview those people. Why did you not vote? What was the reason? You know what I mean? To find out, just to get some data on there, because there's got to be a big demographic out of 80 million.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, people can look that up, no question. But yeah, that's all I've been hearing. Like 80 million on that, man. Like wow. And like Dave said, some people just ain't gonna do it. I mean, it's just not going to, whatever the case may be. And that's a given. There's always gonna be some that goes against the norm, or they want that rebelness. Like, nope, I'm not participating. Nope. When in the long run, it affects everybody, man. I mean, because we pay taxes, people. We got to use that money and also form the right representation where they can look out for our needs and what we need to get done. Come on. I mean, it's part of participating in the game. We live in that type of so-called democracy where we got two parties. I think there should be more, but hey. And that's part of it. Part of the game is to vote. What did the others do the sacrifice for? It's just that was just some bullshit. People getting beat down, gunned down for rights, and we don't take the baton. We have of us Afro Americans. We ain't winning nothing. We are losing everything. How we should be that arrogant where I don't need to vote? How arrogant is that?
I don't know if it's arrogance. I just think it's just misinformed.
But I
You
really
know,
believe it got to be that the age group, dude. I think that plays a factor with
I mean,
misinformation.
they all play a factor, right? I mean, if you're not, it's a learned behavior, right? If you're not being taught, that hey, these are some of the responsible things that you can do to help, then you're not going to do it. A lot of people don't even live in a responsible household, let alone you're going to tell that person who don't live in a responsible household you got to vote. And that's not that's we're talking social and economical, statuses that this happens with. So I don't know if it's just age. See, I mean, yeah, it is that, but this
I'm
thing,
just saying
I
I would
mean,
like to believe, like you said,
It's
it's a
education.
learned behavior.
It's
So if it's a learned
education, man.
behavior, I would want to know if it's the people older, or is there's that many
it's
more
both.
young people there's that many
It's
more young
both.
people that's at the age limit to say 35, because that's a
I mean,
big gene
there
pool.
there's a lot of people our age that probably never voted in their life.
Oh yeah,
I would.
You know
no
what I mean?
question.
Just because of the way that they were brought up and because the environment that they live in, that they may not necessarily even want to go down to the voting booth.
Yeah,
Plus, you know what I mean? You go past a liquor store, it's like, oh, they turn back around. You know what I mean? It's just social economics, man. Regardless of which, you know what I mean, you can't combat it. 80 million people is about how many people that are poor, like $20,000 a year poor in the United States. That's your demographics.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, and then with all this misinformation and all this other things out there that they're throwing out there, man, because we get bombarded with all types of information. Man, hey, it's got a long way to go. Still work, people. We haven't won anything, so we can't take our foot off the gas pedal. I'm saying, got to keep agitating. We got to, like my man said, we got to fight like dogs to get our freedom. We got to fight like dogs to get our freedom, baby. By the great James Trotter right there. By the great James Trotter. You got to fight like dogs for your freedom. You get that, black folks? Po-whites, because y'all with us. You pro-white folks, y'all with us. No. Your skin tone does matter, people. Just because you white, you ain't got it right, baby. You poor folks, y'all with us, blacks too. Get ready for the Poor People's Campaign. There's a march going on in June. I'm not marching, but I'll be there in spirit. I'm flat-footed, people. But there's a poor man's march. I want to say it's in June 18th, something like that. We're going to keep you in tune on the B-Side Podcast. And just letting you know, the poor whites out there, y'all the same color as the black folks. Just to let y'all know. Okay? Numbers help. We got to get this multiracial coalition because we ain't populated enough to do it. So we need the allies' help. And all you allies that's poor, you're right with us. You're right with us. Use a black mind. Use a black mind. So you got to think together that we can get what we need. But without each other, we ain't got it. That goes on the social level and on the governance. You know what I'm talking about.
Your boy got to take a leak.
Told the world, y'all. You got
Oh, well, on that note, he got the baboon bladder. He got the baboon baby bladder. You know, we don't want the man leaking. We don't want the man leaking. We don't want the man leaking in the car. So with that, sorry for the verbiage as far as on the reverb over here on C's Cam. We was trying to do something different, do some in-studio stuff. But anyway, you can always shout out to us. You know what I mean? Dave, give us your handle, man.
At Dave Perk the King, y'all.
You see it live. See nice. Give us your handle.
See nice on Instagram. See nice.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming in. And with that in mind, check us at the IG at the B-Side Podcast Q. Check also Alec Roberts. Go to Alec Roberts. Check me out at AR Sales 2 on IG.
Cat doing the hot dance.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. You know what I mean? So always, like I said, go to AlecRoberts.com. We got gear, we got AR hats, we got sweatshirts. We for you ladies, we even got some. Look at you. We even got some spandex, whatever the case may be. But in any case, we gonna make it happen for y'all. Thanks for tuning in once again.
Drain the bang bang.
Once again, we will see y'all to another time. Peace.
Sorry, y'all. Okay, man. Peace.